Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, when the youth went to the street to protest, we saw two individuals asking for a dialogue between this youth and the president. The first person who called for this dialogue was the UDA Secretary General Cleophas Malala. Malala promised that he is going to organize for a meeting between this youth and William Ruto as the president. He promised that. Then there were so many questions. Why organize for meeting? Why the youth to meet the president? Then it came William Ruto again. As the pressure piled, he came out to propose some amendment to the bill, which it is still so controversial and questionable. He again proceeded to ask for a conversation between the youth and him. Again, a question. Why would the president ask for a conversation with the Gen Z who do not have any other face apart from being identified as Gen Z? No face leader. The other protest, when they were called, you will see Raila Odinga leading the protest, the leader of that mass action. With this one of Generation Z, there's no any other face apart from being identified that way. No leader of this group. They are being led by, their suffering, the anger towards misuse of their own funds. A lot of things that the government has failed. So with all this, what we anticipated for was the president to lend a year. Askize vijana. They have already aired their grievances publicly. He knows what to do. But why would he proceed to ask for a meeting with this youth? What does he want to talk about with this youth? Will he accommodate all the youth in this country? Because it is all over in every county and there's no leader. With that, it was pointing to a direction. So today, a group of Nairobi youth have formed a coalition that they are saying is going to form a bridge for intergenerational dialogue between the youth and the government. So a conversation between the youth and William Ruto. But who is going to lead this? The group of youth that are forming a coalition. You wonder which coalition? Is it a political coalition or what is that? So the group is saying that they are ready for a dialogue with William Ruto on issues critical to Gen Z, nothing else. That is their position.
I want to request the young people of this country to give dialogue a chance. We have seen the president has thrown out the bill and formally returned to the National Assembly. So I want to request the young people just to give dialogue a chance. Another thing, I will also request the president also to look into compensation to people whose businesses were lost.
As young people, we don't want this conversation only to happen at the national level. We have devolved units, and therefore we are calling on all county governments to also be steadfast to incorporate young people in this conversation of leadership.
Now, just one question. Who is behind this group? Who is supporting this group? You see, they're addressing the public from somewhere in a hotel. Who is behind them? Who is funding them? Whose project is this? Is it Gen Z project or someone else's project? Those are the questions I want us to look into. But just a quick request. For those who are watching and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to this discussion. Now, first of all, you have looked at these people. You looked at their face. Tell me, is there anyone among this group who was born between 1995 to 2010? Hawa watu wanakaa hivyo? Hawa ni Gen Z? These guys who are addressing people on mic, they are not, but they are forcing themselves here. So already they are disqualified. They are referring to themselves as Gen Z, want to sort out the problem. They are not. Hawa wako hapo kabisa. Hakuna. These are just people who are hijacking the conversation. They are hijacking this conversation in favor of the government. These are actually government agents. They represent the interest of the government with appear as if they are representing the interest of the common mwananchi, the youth who are protesting, but they are not. They are working for the government. So it is good we warn the youth not to listen to such individuals who have their own personal interest and ready to be used. Hawa wajamaa wanakaa tu kama wale, hawa wanakaa makazi ni nani UDSG Malala. Hawa ni watu wake na majirani huko, watu wengine pale wametoa pale their own friends, close friends. No one represent the youth. No one here has been part of this protest. I have never seen this face anywhere in the protest that we have had. But they're coming out so loudly, as if they have been the leader of that group. Where have you ever seen these faces? For me, I have never seen them anywhere, but we have had so many conversations, but I've never seen them. But now they just emerge from nowhere. Wametoka from a bush and they just land poop. They are claiming to be the one to lead the dialogue between Ruto and the youth. These are opportunists. These are government agents. They represent the interest of William Ruto, Akina Cleophas Malala, and the team. Very compromised people, ready to be bought. So it is a waste of time listening to these individuals or taking them seriously. So Ruto is pretending to come up with a group that is going to meet him in the State House. That's why they start with a media conference. Call for that. Then next it will be State House. In mpango ya Ruto na hawa ni watu wao. So you want to meet with this youth, then they agree on some issues which will not be in the interest of the people, which is not part of the discussion that Gen Z has been raising. Then they say that they have resolved on 1, 2, 3, which would necessarily not be part of the serious issues that the youth were raising, but all in the interest of William Ruto. Then Ruto will be pretending to be reaching out to the youth and speaking to the youth, listening to the youth, and working with the youth. That is what Ruto is looking for. So forget the whole drama here. It is all in the interest of William Ruto and his close allies. Walituambia finance bill ikiangushwa, it will be as similar to a vote of no confidence in William Ruto. So they forced it on our throat. What does Ruto want to discuss with this youth? What is the discussion? People have raised the issue they've been talking about. It is all about finance bill. Withdraw it once upya. Hakuna mambo mengine, hakuna any other conversation, but they are here bringing their own people from State House to come and masquerade as if they are the representative of this youth. These youth have not anyone as their representative. They just come together because of the common suffering to ask the government to lend them a year. Lakini hawa wanajulikana, they want to hijack everything. Bring a discussion which will not necessarily represent the interest, the views, and the position of the youth who are majority in the protest. So that is the politics that Ruto and the UDA party is trying to play here. Soon utaona maneno sasa amewashika mkono anasema tuingie State House. Wakuja watuambia mnaona vijana waliingia State House. But they are unorganized youth. They know if they call for a meeting with this youth, hata wasema tu Nairobi peke yake. On many things they will not agree with William Ruto. And Ruto is not ready for embarrassment. So he has to look for a way to pretend to be appealing to this youth. And of course that is the trajectory he is taking through these people who are here for PR and personal interest. Hawa jamaa hawako kwa hiyo bracket ya kuitwa Gen Z. They don't represent Gen Z neither by their age or their views.